Hi everyone, this is Wendy Hodkinson, Stamping Up Demonstrator in Inverell, New South Wales. Just coming on live to share some information and do a little demonstration to talk about my Sale-a-bration and 2021 July to December Mini Catalogue launch. Okay, so hopefully some of you joined me yesterday and hopefully you've come along again today. And if you haven't, welcome along today. If you miss this live, of course, you'll be able to catch the replay. I will upload it to my YouTube channel and also share it in the event, as well as having it available on my business page, which is where I'm coming from today. Hi Megan, good to see you again. I'm just going to set up my laptop so that I can actually see comments when I flip the camera around. So just give me 2 shakes to get that done. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Let's just see if I can find myself. You've got to love all these gorgeous things, don't you? They just, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. No All Blacks playing today. Oh, that's good. You might get to see all of it. But I'm pleased they won for you, Megan. That was really good. Because I know how much you enjoy your All Blacks. So let's just get me there. Okay, so I can see myself on my page. So I want to share some lovely things with you today. So I'm just going to flip the camera down and we'll get started. I'm just going to do a quick demonstration for you today. I will be coming back later on in the afternoon with another card as well to give you time to catch some more information and more inspiration today. Okay, let me just turn myself around, get it hopefully in the right spot. Just got to tighten this up because I had to rebuild my entire system because it decided that it did not want to cooperate with me today. So yesterday I had to completely rebuild my filming unit. Okay, so I did find my lovely website sign too as well. So there you go. So this is the website here, wendyhodkinson.stampinup.net, and the host code at the moment is U for umbrella, V for Victor, Q for Quebec, Y for yellow, N for Nelly, Q for Queensland, J for James, and S for Sam. And I know that they're not the technically right ones. I like to make them up as I go. So if you want to place an order to go towards my catalogue launch, then that is the host code and the website for you to head to. Now I did want to share something a little bit different before I start. For those that know, I've been a demonstrator since Stampin' Up actually arrived in Australia in 2006. So I've been a demonstrator for 15 years. And I got this gorgeous little box in the mail recently from Stampin' Up. And it actually houses my 15-year pin. So it's got a nice little message on it here from Shirley and Sarah to say congratulations on your Stampin' Up anniversary and wear this pin proudly. And then it says, you know, it's my 15-year pin. So I'm really quite proud of that. You know, not too many demonstrators have made it to 15 years with the company. So I just wanted to share that with you today, just to, you know, have a little bit of a brag. I don't do that often, so I just wanted to share that with everyone today. Okay, so today we're going to do a make and take out of the mini catalogue. So I decided that I would case something directly from the catalogue and put my own spin on it because I didn't have all of the items to actually make it. So I decided to go as close as I possibly could. Well, I didn't get very far with checking out what I was going to case. I'm actually going to do the box right on the cover. So yeah, I'll just show you that it gives you a little bit more detail in here, and it does use the dies from the Painted Christmas suite, which is on pages 16 to 19. So I'll just give you a quick look at the suite and then I will start with the make and take. So this is the gorgeous Painted Christmas suite. And as I said yesterday, it has the Christmas season bundle, which is the one that I have. And it also has the Christmas to Remember. Now, I didn't get this bundle, so I've substituted products to do those. I do have the gold holly leaves, and I do have the gorgeous cherry cobbler and gold ribbon and the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. So just turning over, this one here is the Christmas season. So this is the one that I've got with the various foliage and pine cones and some great little labels. And then this one is the Christmas to Remember bundle, which is the sister bundle to it in part of this suite, which has got all the sentiments, and it shows you which ones fit inside the actual labels that are in the coordinating Christmas season bundle. So this is the one that I don't have, but we're going to have a go at it. So I am going to focus on this little box here as well. So I'll just pop that out of the way. So these are the boxes which you may not have necessarily had a chance to have a look at yesterday. They're the Kraft Gift Boxes. There's 10 in a package. Okay, so this is what they look like. All right, they come with the acetate already in the window. Okay, so that's ready to go. And the other thing that I'm using, as I said, was the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. So I've used 2 sheets as per what they used in their sample. So the pine cone one, I've used the back side, which is this red herringbone. And I've also used this piece here. Okay, so those are the 2 that I've used to make, or will use to make the box. Just pop that back in there and pop it out of the way. I did cheat a little bit, and I actually got some stuff together and pre-stamped and cut out quite a number of items for this, just so that we don't run as long as I did yesterday. Yes, Megan, congratulations, your 10-year pin should be here. I think it's September that your 10-year anniversary is. So yeah, I'd allow, you know, up to 6 weeks for the pin to actually get to you, because they do take a little while, because it does come from the US. So I found that out on the box that it actually came in. It comes really well packaged. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I didn't think of S for Steph. Should have done. I was thinking of Sammy D at the time. So there we go. Okay, so I've done some prep work beforehand. And I can show you how to stamp some of these things. I have got the various bits there that I can do that with. But for the minute, I'm just going to put some bits and pieces together. So the box is pretty simple. I've just folded and burnished on, like used the bone folder on all the score lines. And I'm just going to take the tape off. Now, the front, just remember that it's the lid. So you're going to create the base of the box first. Okay, so it already comes with the little tape pieces on it. So I'm just going to take the backing off this. Now, if you're not confident that this is going to be strong enough, which I'm pretty sure it will be, if you're not confident, you can put additional adhesive on there if you choose. All right, so I'm just going to take those 2 there off. Oh, the hardest part's trying to do it when you're doing a live is doing it so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to tuck those little flaps in. Okay, and then I'm going to take the tape off these 2 middle ones and this is going to create the base of the box. Probably should have done that when it was flat to make it easier, but you know, why would we do that? I can't do it that I make it easy for myself, can I? Anyway, I love that the tape's already on it too. So just when you're doing this, be careful that you make sure that you put it on the right section. So you want to build the bottom of the box, okay? So don't accidentally stick this one to the top of your box. Hopefully I'm in shot enough and you can see what I'm doing. And I apologise if it goes fuzzy because it'll be Warwick on his internet doing whatever D&D or whichever, because now that we're all in lockdown, of course, everything has to be online. So I do like the piercing tool on the end of my Take Your Pick. Now, I have got 2 of these. Funny story about that one. I had lost one and it had been missing for ages. Anyway, I realised after I'd bought a new one, I went to get a kit to go to a friend's house to have a bit of social crafting. And I opened up the kit box and here was my Take Your Pick tool. So now, as I said, I've got 2. So I've got one that I leave the putty refill end on to pick up small things like, you know, picking up stamped images or little sequins or small items. And I also have the spatula end on that one. So, and my second one, I've changed my spatula over to become the pick tool. It does also come with a double-ended stylus so that you can use it for scoring or for shaping leaves and stamped items as well. But I've also bought the die brush attachment, and it comes with 2 foam mats. So I've got the die brush attachment on one end and the pokey tool on the other, because I use this one a lot when I'm doing my die cuts. So I've got them both set up for different uses, so I'm not having to swap ends over, and I just find, you know, that's easier for me. And you know, I'd already bought the second one. So 2 is not a bad thing. Okay, so there's my little box. It is rather cute actually. Let's just put it together. There we go. So I've got my cute little box. Now I did find, and you'll remember hopefully my card from yesterday with my cute little penguin, and I've got one of our Stampin' Up envelopes. I just wanted to show you that this will fit into, there we go, that'll fit into the box. So you could send some full-size cards in this box as a Christmas gift. Okay, so I'm going to make a little tag decoration, and as I said, I'm going off the front of the catalogue. So let me just grab that again. So I'm making this here. So okay, I just need that somewhat near me so that I can refer to it. Okay, so there's my box up there, and I've got my silicone craft sheet, which I find fantastic for doing any sort of gluing. Okay, and I am going to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to use the sentiment from the Holly Jolly Wishes stamp set, and I thought I'd use this one. It's the most wonderful time of the year, so I'm going to use that one. I've already got it mounted on a block, and I just need my Early Espresso ink pad. So some of my inks are still old ones. I haven't felt the need to replace them because, let's face it, they still work. So now I always like to just move that in a little bit so you can see. I always like to just check that I've got good coverage of ink, And I do like to do a stamp on a scrap, which of course, let's just do it on here, because that tells me whether I've mounted it straight on the actual block. And I will need to stand up to actually stamp, just because I need to be over the top of it. And to do that with my system, I have to stand up. So just clean that off. So that's my little label with my sentiment. Okay, now to create the longer label shown, what they've shown us in the catalogue, they've actually given us the instructions in the catalogue to help us out. So they've actually got, they've got this largest label, they've die cut a real red label, right, which is what I've got here. And what they've done is they've cut the same label out of the designer series paper in the same size, but they've actually cut it in half. And that's how they get their extra length. So that's a great tip for a lot of different things. Okay, so let's just get some Stampin' Seal out today. And I'm actually going to just put it on, like on this edge here, if I can get it to start. Of course, whenever you're doing things like this, things will always go awry. So about that, I think. Just line up your edges to make sure it lines up straight. And the same with this one. I'm hoping you can't hear the guy up the road. I'm not sure what he's doing today, but he's using some sort of machinery. I think he's putting in a new driveway. He's been doing lots of work for the last couple of weeks. Okay, so to get the hole in the top, I'm actually going to use the trio punch. Okay, so I'm just going to try and get it to go in there. Yep, that should be enough. And you've got a little central line here, so I just sort of try and eyeball that so that it's in the center. And let's just hope. There we go, it's close. It'll be enough for what I want, because you're not going to see it overly, because it's going to have a big bow over it. So it'll be fine. Okay, so that's that one. And I've got my little piece of designer series paper and my label. Now I'm thinking I might put that on with dimensionals, because that way I'm going to have some room underneath to be able to, let's just make sure, I'll have some room underneath then to be able to stick my other elements. I'm just going to move this one down a little bit. Let's just get rid of that one and put another one on. There we go. Okay. So that's that. Also use the pick tool to take the backing off the dimensionals, and you will notice that I've got little lines on them. That helps me tell when I've got all the backing off. Okay, so I'm just going to do that onto there like that. And I dare say I'll probably do some more dimensionals to attach that. But what I've done is I've actually stamped out and die cut. So these ones are soft succulent. I've done a little group of berries. That's the real red lot. Oh gosh, now I can't pick anything up today. Grab my tweezers. Oh, I'll take your pick tool. Okay, so then these ones are the cherry cobbler ones, and I'm thinking I'm going to go with the real red version. So I'll save those ones for another one. I've got a couple of pine cones because I don't have the die cut pine cones or the die cut fronds to go in there. And then I've got some garden green fronds. I've got 4 of them. And then I've done some holly leaves. Now the holly leaves are quite different when you stamp them because they come as one stamp so that you can stamp the holly leaves at an angle, and so when you're stamping them they're already at the right angle. And then you've got another section that can put some detail on your holly leaves, and it's also at the same angle. So that's just something a little bit different. But when you die cut them, they die cut apart. So you've got a big and a small, okay? And you might be able to see some of the design on there that's on the leaves as well. So I've got some that are, so these ones are Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive. I'm not sure why the volume's not working, Megan. No, volume's up as high as it'll go on my end. I am not sure why that's not working. Anyway, hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing, and hopefully the sound might come back later on. Okay, so they're all my little leaves and bits and pieces that I'm going to try and put onto the thing. And I've got to have some, just put them all over there because I like to build it onto here. Okay, so there's this. And I need some holly leaves. So I need some cute little holly leaves. So I'll grab out a couple of them. Don't know that the small one's going to necessarily work for this one. So we might just get all big ones, I think, this time. I'm sure the small ones will get used for something else. Okay, so the idea is that I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to build some of these around it. So I need to have a little look-see at where things are going to go. Put a pine cone in under there, and I'm going to put another frond. I need some holly. Yeah, need some holly. Yeah, that one, no. Okay. Let's do a holly and a small holly and some berries. Let's do that. Oh, good. I thought the volume had gone on the video, Megan. Thanks for clarifying that. That's great. So I'm pleased you can't hear him because he's been going for a while, and I tell you, it's getting a bit, I'm getting a bit over it myself. So had council workers here all the time doing something or other. So there's my, I'll put them on my glue dots. And you know the best way to adhere things with glue dots is to actually put your item onto the glue dot, and that way it will stick for you. Okay, so I'm going to put my holly in behind here at a bit of an angle, and then I'm going to put my berries on there just like that. So that's going to be that one. As I said, I'm going to need some more dimensionals on the back of that. And you'll notice I'm not putting them right up on the edge because I actually want to be able to slide things in underneath, and hopefully I've left enough room. So yeah, so I'm just going to put this one over here, I think. Put that one over there so that you can see. Let's do that and put our pine cone up the top. I think that looks better. Yeah, what do you think? I think that looks all right, and then we can mirror that on the bottom. It's just really, you know, a bit of a guessing game as to where things are going to go. So let's take that up, and I'm just going to try and put them back in the same place. If I was really worried, I would make sure that my focal point was there. I'm going to put a couple on this one just because it's a longer one, and because it's going to be, you know, as a tag on a box. You don't want it to come apart because it is going to get a bit of movement. I've got to put my little gold holly leaves in yet, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's put that one in there like that. And I can slide in my holly leaves. Oh, great, no glue dot on that one. Must have missed picking it up. That's what happens when you're in a hurry. So let's do that. Yep, that will work. Righto, let's do a little gold holly leaf. These are so cute, and glue dots do make it a lot easier to put something like this together. I'm going to do another one over this other side. I'm only going to do one down the bottom. Come off. Okay. The only trouble with glue dots is that if you've got fake nails, they stick to them really, really well. Do I need it down there? No. I'm going to do it over here a little bit, I think, just so that I've got the two of them together. Okay. I reckon that looks okay. So then we'll do some more down the bottom. So I'm going to try and mirror image it to the bottom. So I'm going to, I have to keep remembering to go into shot because I'm so used to just crafting myself that I forget that I've got to be in shot for things. So and because this is sort of out in front of me on the desk, so hopefully, oh, I didn't want that. Might put that underneath that. Yep, because I don't want to see too much of that one. Let's get one of these fronds. Okay. Put that way. And then I'm going to put my little gold leaf on. Okay. Just something a little bit different to the norm as well, because you know you don't want everything to be exactly the same. This is going to annoy me, so I'm going to get a glue dot, because this little holly leaf here keeps moving on me. So I'm just going to tuck a little glue dot underneath there, and it will just stay stuck. There we go. Yeah, that looks all right, I reckon. Yep. Now, where's my other gold leaf? On my glue dots. No? Where did I put it? Where did I put the gold leaf? There were 3. I had it a minute ago. Oh, here it is. It's hiding over this other side. I was going to say, I know it was here somewhere. Goodness me. And I'm just going to tuck him in there so that I've got a little bit of gold sticking out there. Okay, so I'm not going to do any more to that other than put the ribbon and a little bit of twine on. So I've got a couple of options for what we're going to put on there, because I'm either going to do some brushed metallic ones or the gilded gems. Which one of those do you think we should do? If I take them out of their plastic, I might be able to see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm looking at these gold ones here. So some of those gold ones. Or the gilded gems. Which one do you think, Megan? Give me a suggestion. Because one of them is going to be, I'll put a few of those on. And we know how much I love linen thread. So I'm just going to see which one of these works to put my tag onto the box. Yeah, I think that one will work enough. I just want a little bit of, now this is the Baker's Twine Essentials pack, so I'm going to use the crumb cake one out of that. The ones on the right. Okay, so this is the new brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. Okay, let's go with those. I just need to stick this part on so that we know that it's in the right place. So, and I just like having the dimension on it, so hence, and you all know I'm dimensional queen. There's not a project that I don't do that doesn't have dimensionals on it. Okay, so there we go. We'll put some of these on. Let's go with a large one, and I'm going to do I'm going to do one up here, and I'm going to do one down the bottom here somewhere. So I'm trying to do them sort of in a triangular fashion, so I'm going to do one just there. Okay, so there's our gems. I need to have a little bit of this to actually attach the tag. Let's get rid of those in there. And we'll get our box. And we're going to tie our ribbon around the box. Now, I've already pre-cut some ribbon just to make life a little bit easier. Stress the little bit, because we all know that that doesn't necessarily mean that it's easier. Okay. There we go. Cute little bow on the box. I'm going to move it up to there. I've got my lovely tag. And all I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to go underneath the ribbon. Sorry, I know it's hard to see. I feel like I'm all fingers and thumbs. And I'm going to go through the tag. And I'm just going to tie another bow. Just because I happen to like it that way. But you could do a knot. But I always find that I don't get them tied the right way, as in they don't seem to sit properly, or they're too long, or, you know, there's always something wrong with it. Whereas if I do a bow, then I know it's going to be there. So then you've got your gorgeous tag to go on your box. If you didn't, and you know, it's sort of a nice surprise. They've got the tag at the front there, and then they can just slide that off and open their box. And you've got some gorgeous cards or a gift. They are food safe boxes, so you know, you could do a nice couple of biscuits or cookies or whatever you want to call them. So that's those. I know a lot of people can't tie ribbon, Megan, but you know, it just takes a little bit of practice to do it a lot of the time. And it's one of those things that you know, it always dresses up a parcel or a box or a gift of any description. So I do find that if you can manage to do it, it does make a huge difference to any gift. So let's do that. Now, would you like me to show you how I stamped some of the leaves and everything, just to show you how the stamping works? Okay, so I might have a go at that. I'll just put some of this other stuff away. Because you know me, I can't work in mess. It doesn't happen for me, I'm afraid. So, let's just do a little bit of stamping so I can show you how I got to where I did with everything there. So I'll get out some of the stamps and show you. I'm not going to do another sentiment. I don't need to do that. But I will stamp some of the things just to give you an idea of, you know, what they do and how they look and everything else. So, just grab out a sheet of Whisper White, and I'm going to use the Stampin' Pierce mat today. So I'll just have that there, just so I can show you a little bit of how I got to where I did with everything else. Okay, so the berries, quite simple. I'm just going to do another set, mainly for myself, so I can do another lot of decoration. Now, you all know that I'm annoying and I like to put Versamark on all my stamps, just to help stop them discolouring quite so much. That's just a personal preference. So I'm just going to do some real red berries. Okay. So there's some berries. This will just give you an idea of what colours I used. You can create the foliage. You can always do it without the ribbon. Okay. So Soft Succulent, which is one of our new in colours. I used the leafy frond looking one. Okay, I'm just going to go this way. Now, they aren't always distinct. I was worried that they weren't stamping properly, but on closer inspection on the stamps, a lot of them aren't distinct either. They are a little bit more like a watercolor look, so they can be a little patchy. So just be aware of that. I'm going to do a frond. So the fronds I ended up doing in garden green. So let's do a frond. Okay. I think my garden green is extremely juicy, so they sort of really look very frondy. Okay. So the holly leaves, I'm going to do the Pear Pizzazz Old Olive combination this time. Let's just get that up there out the way. Okay, so I'm going to use the actual leaves themselves, and I'm going to do Pear Pizzazz with them. Okay, and you can see how they stamp. And then I'm going to stamp over the top with the Old Olive. I'm actually going to stand up so I can line this one up and hope that I'm close. I found that it was more important to line up the top than it was to line up the bottom. Okay, so that's the green holly leaves. And then I'll do a pine cone just to show you what I did for the pine cones. So I've used crumb cake and I've used early espresso to create mine. So you've got your 2 pine cones. The fatter of the 2 is the base one, which I've done in the lighter colour, and the smaller one is the accent one, which I've done in the darker colour. Just let me double check. Don't want to do them the wrong way around because I did that when I was practicing earlier. So I'm going to do my crumb cake for my initial stamping. And then I'll do my early espresso to go over the top. Okay. So that's how I've stamped all the elements for the card. Why don't I stamp over using Pear Pizzazz? I can do one doing Pear Pizzazz and do the over stamping for you, Megan, so you can see what it looks like. Not a problem. Plenty of space on the piece of card. So let's do that for you, just so you can see what it looks like with the one colour. Okay, so I'll do them underneath here too so that you can get a good look at them. Okay, so that's that one. They do dry slightly differently, so you can see them. I just find that you can't see the distinction of the veins very much with it. And I actually like the two-tone of the leaves. That's just a personal preference. So, you know, it all just depends on what you're interested in, you know, doing and which way you end up doing it. Now, all of these will actually die cut with dies from the die set. Don't forget getting the dies. I've just put mine on a little magnet. Getting the dies as well as the stamp set. So the seasonal labels dies. So I'll give you just a quick look at these as well, just so you can see the dies that are in it. So this is the label that I actually used to create our label today. So, so this is this one. I've got leaves there and I've got other labels, a bigger pine cone, a little stalk with some berries. So you have got the stalk there that you can stamp the stalk and the berries together and then cut them out. So those are all the dies that go with it. And as always, when you purchase them as a bundle, you'll get 10% off. So let's just put that in there. Let me just have a quick look in the catalogue to tell you that the Christmas season bundle is $93.50. So that's the one that I've used today. Okay. And there is our cute little box that we've done. So hopefully you've enjoyed that today. I will be back with another live later on this afternoon. So stay tuned. I'm not exactly sure what time, probably in about an hour to an hour and a half's time. Just to give me time to create the other card and get the washing off the line. Because now that we're in lockdown, there just seems to be so much more to do and still never enough hours in the day to do it. Boxes, let me just find them for you, Megan. Because I know that they're on the page. Here we go. They're on this page here with the sweets and treats one. The Kraft Gift Boxes are $17.50. Code number is 156569. Okay, so that's those. And the so yeah, that's that one. And the Christmas season is, as I said, $93.50 for the bundle, and 156801 is the code number for that one. So if you need any assistance with any ordering or want to place an online order with me at the moment, so until Wednesday, you can go to the website and use the host code, which, let's have another go, U for umbrella, V for Victor, Q for Queen, Y for yellow, N for Nelly, Q for Quicken, J for James, and S for Steph. So thanks so much for joining me for this particular demo, and I will speak to you all again soon. I will just flip it down to say goodbye, because it's always nicer to see the face before you go. There we go. Oh, lovely view out the window. At least it's a lovely day. So thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks so much, Megan, for popping on live, and hopefully those that get to watch the replay will enjoy it as well. If you have any questions, as always, just give me a call and I'll be happy to help you out. Thanks so much. Bye for now.